Have you ever wanted to sit down with musicians and pick their brains? Ask questions like, how did you get your start? What keeps you motivated to create and play? What do you do outside of music that inspires you, or what advice do you have for aspiring musicians? If you want the answers to those questions from a plethora of musicians and other creatives, listen to the podcast Extra Musical, hosted by me, Stephen Philip Harvey. Every Monday, we sit down with a new musician to ask them these questions in an open-ended conversation, and you'd be surprised where it leads. Extra Musical airs on your preferred podcast provider.
Hi, I'm Daniel Peck, and welcome to Live at the Bop Stop. Ricardo Morales is a guitarist and composer born in Quito, Ecuador, who recently relocated to Cleveland. A musician with an eclectic background, Ricardo brings together a variety of musical traditions to deliver a sound that feels fresh but familiar to listeners from all around the world. This August 24th, 2023 performance celebrated the release of his debut album Introspectiva, which is a set of arrangements that amalgamate jazz, rock, and some Latin American classics. Featuring Anthony Taddeo on drums, Kip Reed on bass, Grant Heineman on keys, Ronnell Regis on saxophone, and Ricardo Morales on guitar, it's Ricardo Morales, live at the Bop Stop.
Thank you so much. We really feel the energy tonight, and I don't think it's just because we've had all the crazy storms. Last night, we were wrapping up rehearsal, and we had to drive back, and it was just crazy amounts of rain, and in a way, it almost felt like the album was being released with all this, like, this force of nature that was coming down on Cleveland. And that kept me up at night, but I think in a good way. I was very excited about this record that I've been working on in some ways for way too long, years. This song, Introspectiva, which is the title track of the album, is a song that I actually wrote right out of college, and I did not have like a title in mind. The title came later, and it seemed fitting for the record because looking within, I guess, was the theme for me, trying to put together all of the musical influences that I've had so far in one way or another. So even though this song didn't necessarily come out of that, I just like the name, and that's why that's the title track for the album. Now we're going to call Ronnell Regis on stage for our next tune. And that'll also give me some time to introduce the band. We have Grant Heineman on keys. We have Kip Reed on bass. And we have Anthony Taddeo on drums. Anthony was named the Godfather for this record, not by me, but by the press, and it's, I guess, a fitting title. Because Anthony was one of the first people that I got to talk to when I moved to Cleveland. Grace and I moved about a year ago, and he was just very welcoming, and he asked me what I wanted to do here in Cleveland as a new musician. And I had been wanting to record something, so I told him, yeah, I do want to go into the studio, but it seemed like something that might take a little bit longer than it actually did, and it just, things worked out the way that they did, and now the record is out. But yeah, Anthony really helped me out putting the band together and everything, so he deserves another round of applause, I think. The next tune we're going to play is Blue and Green. And this tune has a chacarera, sort of 3/2 vibe. It's common in a lot of Latin American music, but that was just the one that, the specific genre that came to mind, which is an Argentinian one. But yeah, Blue and Green. Oof. Give it up for Ronnell. Sax. Wow. This next tune is the first jazz tune that I ever learned back in Ecuador when I had like the first jazz combo lesson that I took. They brought Equinox, which is a minor blues by John Coltrane. And I feel like it's a tune that doesn't get played that much. I don't know if maybe it's just, you know, like kind of a simple tune that sometimes like a beginner combo like we were would be playing. But I had very little exposure to jazz up to that point. But after I heard that tune, I knew that as at least Coltrane I would forever love, and I still do. So I was very happy to include this one on the record, and we've changed it up a little bit, but I hope that it still retains that Coltrane vibe. And when putting the band together, I was very happy that Ronnell accepted to play. He's a player that has so much energy and can really live up to like that sort of vibe in these tunes. So I think that both on the record and live, like you can see, sounds great. So I think it was a great choice. Thanks, man.
You're listening to Ricardo Morales, live at the Bop Stop.
Anthony Taddeo on drums. Ronnell, Regis, sax. Also want to get a shout out to Kip Reed on the bass over here. It's really a privilege to be able to have a very experienced musician like Kip on the bass tonight. Anthony suggested Kip, and after I saw him playing with Camila Mesa here at the Bop Stop, I was absolutely convinced and really hoping that he would say yes. So I was very excited when Kip was down to play, and he's really been the voice of reason throughout a lot of it, I think. When we want to keep going on the solos, no, he keeps us in line. And I joke, but really it's good to have someone that's been around for so long, especially having a background in music, in life. It's a good thing, man. He has a lot of experience with Brazilian music. He's played with a lot of really good Brazilian musicians, and this song just borrows a little bit from that, so I really think that Kip really made it come together. So thanks, Kip, for being there. And you also heard from Grant here, which Grant, he's been quietly sitting over there, but he's been playing some stuff tonight on the record that he may not say much, but he's playing so much. And Grant, I feel like, always knows exactly what the song needs in terms of whether that's comping or even arranging, because he helped us arrange a lot of these tunes. So yeah, thanks, Grant. It's been great having you on the album. All right, and I'm gonna give them a little break for one song right now. I'm gonna do a short solo guitar. I told them they didn't have to leave for that. They want to leave. So this tune is called Sabor a mí, which is pretty much what you would equate to a standard in Latin American music. It was written by Álvaro Carrillo, and it's a beautiful bolero that has been played many, many times. You've most likely heard it. And it has some beautiful lyrics, but I do think that the lyrics have a little bit of room for interpretation. And when I was listening to them one time, I sort of got the impression that they almost have like a little bit of a darker side. It's about love after death, I think. That's how I see it. And you can't quite tell who the narrator necessarily is, the person that's alive, the person that's dead. You know, even the title, Taste of Me, and saying you will carry that into your death, or, you know, it can be seen in a couple different ways. So I thought I'd reinterpret it a little bit in a... Sorry, I need a quick guitar change. We're getting into the heavy stuff now. So we are actually that's not joking, but we are moving on to the second half of the record, and I mentioned how I had been writing sort of with different influences in mind, and I do think this part is pulling a little bit more towards the like rock influences that I have, or other sort of, you know, straight eight music. And this song in particular, West Boulevard, I wrote about a year ago, maybe a little less, but it was shortly after moving to Cleveland. And the song is about that feeling that you get when you're in a new point in your life, I guess you could say. It doesn't have to be a new place necessarily, but it definitely felt like we were moving into something new that was very cool, very beautiful. We were meeting a lot of great people, but you can't forget also sort of that you're moving on with life in different ways, and there's always things that you leave behind, even when it's something positive. So I guess there was a little bit of sadness in a way too, and I do feel about the record that way too, because this whole process of putting it together and bringing it to life is pretty much done after this. And I know that there's a new life for the record after, but there's always a little bit of sadness in that process, I think. Get Ronnell one more time. What a treat. Yeah. This tune is a simple tune. It kind of has like 2 chords-ish, sort of, and as opposed to some of the other tunes from the night. And for this one in particular, definitely leaning into sort of those rock influences, but also I love the Chris Potter group from Follow the Red Line, which is a very funk-oriented group, and that one, it is your favorite record. There you go. I didn't know that. My favorite record too, kind of. We can say that tonight at least. So yeah, I love that band, and is just, you know, kind of trying to get into that a little bit. Take two. last tune of the night. Whole record, we played it all the way through as is. This last song is called Corazón, Delator, which is Telltale Heart. And it's written by an Argentinian rock band. The frontman, Gustavo Cerati, wrote the tune, I'm pretty sure, well, even though they released it as a band, but I'm pretty sure he wrote it in. This one, again, I liked not just the music, it is a beautiful song, but the lyrics are really cool too. So they're in Spanish, you gotta go check them out. Translate if you need to, but yeah, unfortunately, we don't have the lyrics for this one, but it's still a really cool tune. So again, thanks so much to the Bob Stop for having us. This venue is amazing. Give them a round of applause. And thanks so much to the amazing band that was here with me tonight. Again, Grace Blackford, Ronnell, Regis, Anthony Taddeo, Kip Reed, Grant Heineman. Thank you. And one more thing, actually. Tonight, this was a very special show for many reasons, but my parents were able to come from Ecuador to see the show. They're in the audience over there. And that definitely made it a lot more special. We also have some family that came from DC as well. So people have traveled long and far to come to the show. And I really hope that the people watching at home as well, it's nice that they live stream this because my family doesn't get to see most of the shows that I play. So hopefully everything went well with the live stream and they're watching this. Oh yeah, we have some CDs here. If people are still interested in CDs, we do have CDs available. So come down there. I'll be over there and I can sell you one. Thank you so much. This is Corazón, Delator. Thank you. Grant Heineman on keys, Kip Reed on bass, Anthony Taddeo on drums. My name is Ricardo Morales. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Live at the Bop Stop is made possible by the Music Settlement, serving Northeast Ohio by offering music instruction, music therapy, and early childhood education since 1912. The Music Settlement's mission is to welcome all to our music and arts community to learn, create, inspire, and heal. This program is recorded at the Robert Conrad Studios at the Bop Stop in Cleveland, Ohio. Additional production at the Bop Stop is provided by Graham Rosen. Technical editing for the program is provided by Dr. Pete Negley, Sean Gilbert, and Darren Thompson through Gilazar Media. The executive producer and writer is Daniel Peck, with additional consulting production on behalf of the Music Settlement by Brian Kennard. For extended versions of all of our shows, our Live at the Bop Stop podcast can be found on your favorite podcast app or visit our website at www.themusicsettlement.org and click on the Live at the Bop Stop radio show link. To reach out directly, email liveatthebopstop@gmail.com. I'm Daniel Peck. Join me again next time, live at the Bop Stop.